Coach,
Okay.
opening statement.
It's a flip camera. Thanks a lot for braving the storm, you guys. We're very happy to get a W out of here tonight. And yes, so thanks a lot again. Like I said, it was kind of empty out there, but yeah, yep, exactly. So, but very happy against a good Rice team to get that W. They're definitely very well coached. So.
Offensively, it seemed you guys, had your way for you to get to the hole, but it seems like it was really more about defense, especially in the second half. They shot 4 for 27. They missed like their first 13 shots. I mean, did you guys make any adjustments or?
Well, the adjustment was to kind of play a little bit of zone even from the start of the game, and I think there was several possessions that when we would switch maybe after a timeout, that would, it would trip them up a little bit, and would stop. I think we tried to make an impact on Smart right in the beginning, just so she wouldn't be driving all of us crazy here, literally, in the paint like she does so well. So, I mean, attribute to them. I mean, defense is all we really could count on here tonight, being 9 days off in a layer without a game, so hopefully your defense is ready to go, because our offense was, even though we could get it inside and do some things, we're a little bit out of sync, so I think I was definitely proud of the defense.
I mean, your inside defense, I know you guys have like 7 or 8 blocks too. I mean, how does this make you feel, heading into, conference play?
Well, great. I'm glad I have Jess Fuller. Because we worked on it all week with her being like all-time help in there, and we literally, they would do their double screens and their high screens. I was like, Jess, whoever your guard, doesn't matter. I want you sagging in the middle right there, and then that's what she did. She did a great job keeping her body squared, and I think she ended up getting 4 blocks. Yeah, Nikki, she did shoot too. So, but it really does help for people. When you're 6'5", and people have to come in and alter their size, you don't realize what an impact it is having somebody like that on your squad. So.
And Natty and Sam also played pretty good defense on the perimeter too. You guys had 6, 7 steals also, I think, between. I mean, how much of a challenge was it facing a player like Smart that really gets into the lane?
Well, on Smart, I have to give credit to Nikki Williams because she was on her for the majority of the time. But we just wanted to play her, not give her too much space to create because she's quick, and when you give quicker players too much space, then that's when they take advantage. Reading the offense, actually, Nikki started to go under the screen instead of over the top, but she wasn't really looking to pull that 3. And I think just the pressure defense on her made her a little bit more timid than she normally is from film.
Yes.
And we got her in a little bit of foul trouble, so that helped. So I think we just listened to our scouts and had the shooters put the ball on the floor and contain penetration.
And do you feel that you guys are on the same page defensively now, or are you at a point where
getting there?
You think you can really? I mean, because again, if you did get into the lane, usually you or Conley,
Yeah, we had good help.
We had really good help, and that was the key to the victory tonight. It was helping, the helper. I'm sure you guys have mentioned that before, but who can help the helper? Because Jess is going to come, somebody's got to rotate in front of Jess's man, and I think, and that was one of the major keys. Again, that we had worked on all week, but you can work on it. These guys have to do it really when it comes down to it, and understanding, having that trust. So I think that they are beginning to understand it. And if we can get like this heading to the most important part of our season, which is the CAA season, if we can really get ourselves on all cylinders on the defense, then the offensive part's going to come. And we don't want to get into a night where like we feel like we're one-dimensional, and we want to get to the flow. We want to have that mix of running. And we don't want to just have to call play or something. We want to run, we want to create, and then we want to run sets, get them to our bigs inside out too. So.
And Jess, I mean, you pretty much had your way down low too. I mean, if you missed, it was just because you missed, not because how does it feel to have? I mean, you got a lot of space down there, too. I mean, do your eyes open up more when you have that kind of space?
Yeah, it's the thing. Always have space down there because it makes you feel like you can just take advantage of it.
I know you guys don't have Kansas for a while, but it seems like your depth you're able to overcome. Do you think you have enough to be without her for an extended period?
Well, I mean, that's why you have a team collectively. We all want to rise up together, during her absence. But you never have enough depth at the point, especially when we got into foul trouble tonight. I mean, there was a moment that Sam had 3 fouls. Nikki had 3. Joelle had 4. And there was one that I think everyone had 3. It felt like for a minute, except Natty. And so that's when you start panicking there a little bit. Not panicking, but you start, oh my goodness, we've got guards are getting in foul trouble. So you never, Candace is a great player and obviously deeply missed. I think they rallied around tonight to show her, we can do. We're going to hold on so you can get back. And she's such a fighter and such a team player. It makes it real easy to support someone like that because she's such a good person.
Do you guys think that the rest of the CAA is going to start taking notice now? 4 straight wins. And starting to look at the numbers.
I hope that they don't because I like being an underdog. Like all season we tried to use last season to fuel us and to drive us to be better this year. So like beginning we were ranked really low for the preseason to finish in the conference. So I hope that they continue to look over us and we'll just keep working hard and we'll get it done. So.
Matt, you've been here now. You saw the big run 2 years ago and obviously last year. What has been the biggest difference this year from, say, last year in the early going?
I think our attitude has changed a lot. I think last year we just got deflated easily, and it helps to have a big presence down low. But I just think we're more of a team. We play together. When stuff is going down, we rally together. If someone's not having a good game, someone's always there to pick you up, and I think that's the difference. Last year we kind of lacked that, and leadership I think is a little bit different this year because last year people didn't know how to lead or what their role really was. So I think everyone's a little bit more comfortable now with the system, with everything. So I think that has made a huge effect.
And Jess, I mean, the success that you've had, this being your first full season at the Division I level, last year, of course, your season cut short. What do you attribute really to as being the key to your success thus far in the early going? Do you think you're more comfortable at the Division I level? Is it your teammates? Is it the health factor? What do you think is the most important thing for you thus far?
I think I learned a lot last year from just sitting out, being on the bench. Like I said, there were a lot of things, so I think that really hit me this year. So it was a loss, but at the same time, it was something good that came out of it.
What about the presence of a Joelle Connolly to help you out there in the front court?
That is a very positive thing. It's like our bench is so deep. We can go from me to Joe, from Natty to Sam to Nick. So we just go down the line and have that help there.
Coach, in the first half, it seemed like Rice was hot from downtown. Obviously, they're shooting any first chance they got. What do you think was the biggest thing that kind of stemmed the tide at about the 10-minute mark of the first half?
Well, some folks hit some shots that maybe we weren't necessarily prepared for, like 25. It's that 3 at the top of the key, so we have to make a quick adjustment on that. And, I think there you go again. In the beginning, having Nikki Williams and not Candace out there, I think it takes a minute to figure out, okay, and plus, and maybe they can answer this one too. We showed so much about them pressing, the deny pressing, and I think we were breaking it, and not that we were surprised that we were breaking it, but we were breaking it pretty easy. And it was different people bringing the ball up, that's where I was hoping for us to get. Even at the Buffalo game, they tried to take the ball away from Candace, and we got a little point guard dependent. So tonight was great for us not to be point guard dependent, but now we've got to look how to push and play in that system and find that balance. So I think in that beginning you saw we were running a lot of plays, and because Nikki is great, a systematic point guard, but she can push too. So and these guys can push. So we've got to really find that blend because I think that'll help us get on all cylinders. So I think to me that's what I saw kind of in the beginning. Is that we were running a lot of sets. We weren't looking for that time to push and we're a lot of sync. I mean, if you haven't played the full game in 9 days, you get a little bit out of offensive sync. So anyway, so credit to them. We kind of get that figured out, and we hit a few buckets. We missed some easy layups early, and then, we kept battling and getting stops at the other end. So I was disappointed with the rebounding in the first half. I think it was 21-15. We ended up tying them in the rebounding 41-41, but I kept looking out there, and there was always, none of us in the paint, so we had to keep working on that. So. But I think that's what they did. They slowed down a little bit and tried to kind of get used to now, we can't stop being on the floor.